What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link, they also asked me to put it up, so I'll put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. This video is entitled, She Only Has a Negative Narrative About Men. I find this interesting because a lot of women have this negative narrative about men under all circumstances, and it makes absolutely no sense. You know, how come you can't find anybody good? Well, even if he good, he might be crazy. Even if he nice, he could be a jerk. Even if he got an education, he might be a woman beater. Okay. So why is this kid? What's up with this kid and that father? Well, you know, he could abuse the kid. He could just snap and just break the kid in half. Cause he's a man. It's like, really? This what we doing? So all your narratives about men is negative. But the problem about that is these negative narratives don't match with the positive things you want men to do for you. A real man should do that. A real man is a protecting divider. You should be like that. You know, wait, how can you see the positive in men, but if all your narratives of men are negative, but you can drum up what men should do and how positive men should be if they're doing something for you. But if it comes to being in their presence or working with them or being in a relationship with them, you can't do none of that because the narrative is so negative. You never have anything positive to say. Nothing. That's very interesting. You know, I want a man with money, but man, he might having money and everything. He might use that money and put it over your head and try to pay you. You can't buy me. Okay, so you want a man with money, but you think if he had money, he'll abuse it. Okay. He needs to be the head of the household. He needs to be the leader. I can't trust him to be the leader because he might abuse that power and oppress me. So you want a man to be the leader and the head of the household, but you don't want him to be the leader because he might oppress you. Okay. This is none of these, they never say, you know, he got money, but he's going to treat me right. He's the head of the household, but he's going to make good decisions for the both of us. It's never that narrative. It's always negative. Which is interesting. And then you had a coven of people coming together. You know, I wouldn't talk to him because he might, if you talk to him and communicate with him, he might use whatever you say against you. You know, I want somebody I can be open with, but I can't be open with him because as a man, he's going to use that information and stab you in the back with it. Okay. So all of these perspectives just always end with you getting hurt. Or you supposedly getting hurt. Why did you have an attitude with this guy? Well, because him as a man, I didn't want him to think he could talk to me any kind of way, and I just wanted to show him I was strong. He said hello. Why was you going off? Because you know, his inner masculinity was going to come out and it was going to punch me in the face if I didn't respond like that and go off on him when he said hello. What? The guy approached you to try to talk to you. All you want to do is get in my pants. You just want to, you know, pump and dump me. You don't really want to talk to me. Okay. Why don't nobody approach me? So you want people to approach you, but if people approach you, they always just trying to get in your pants and they don't want to get to know you and they just gonna use you and abuse you. Okay, fine. No positive narrative, right? I want to be married, but these men ain't just good enough. They can't be husbands. They don't know how to do anything. So you want to be a wife, but there are no good men available because they don't know what they're doing. They're not real men. So this is your narrative. Okay. And what happens when you meet guys who actually are competent? You negative narrative them out of talking to you. You don't really know what you're doing. You can't. You did that. You really accomplished those things. Oh, you really doing it. You really okay. You really okay guy. But you might wind up putting me in the trunk. You know, if we go out on a date, I'm gonna tell my mama and them who you are, cause you might kill me. You might just put me in the trunk and rape me and tie me up and take me to the woods, and you got a shed, you know, under an oak tree, and you just gonna rape me repeatedly. Like they got your license plate. Okay. All right. All right. It's always a negative narrative. You know. You got a job? You alright with that little bitty job, that little bitty money, you know, making a little nice living. You got a little place you living in. You alright. So you can't even compliment a guy for being competent and right because your narrative of men is still negative. But here's the problem. When you constantly have that negative narrative about men, who are the guys you're attracted to? The guys that fit your negative narrative. These guys all cheating. Your last 5 boyfriends cheated on you. Yeah. But you knew that they was cheaters when you met them. All these men are cheaters. No. Mm-mm. What about the guys that wasn't cheaters that tried to holler at you? Well, they could have cheated because all men are like that. Okay. This is what we're going with. Negative narrative. You know. Guys are all around nice guy. He ain't fun. You know, he's nice to me. He can't probably be exciting. He can't be fun. 2 black guys. You know, one's chill. He's got to be lame. Because he's lame, he probably can't satisfy me. So if he goes to work and goes home, or goes to work, go to church and go home, and has some hobbies, he might be lame. And because he's lame, because he's probably hard working and just and into his hobbies, he's lame and he can't satisfy you sexually. But the guy who just ripping and running, who seems cool, he can satisfy you because he's ripping and running. But then he's bad because everybody want him, and he's not really a good man because he's just giving it out in the streets to everybody, but you'll still sleep with him though. But then he'll fit the negative narrative of the guy who's just, the ebony humper. The narratives are never good. I was kind of with my homegirl about this yesterday. And when women get together, because, when women get together and talk about men, their narrative of men is going to be something got to be wrong with him. He alright. He ain't that good though. You got to keep your eye on him because look at his phone, take his fingerprints when he sleep, find his social security number, just check his credit report, because he can't just be a all around good person. Nah, he's a black man. He's a man. He just can't. Nah, it's got to be something negative. And if you find something negative, you could have had 100 good qualities, but you find I knew it. I knew you was just a horrible person because you drink out of the bottle from the refrigerator. You bought the bottle, nobody else drinks out of it, but you drink. You're trifling. You got armpit stains in your t-shirt because you work in construction, but you're nasty. That's nasty. You're gonna overlook all his good qualities and find, and because you never reach for these when you're good men involved. You never say all of his good qualities. You just reach for everything you can say negative, even if it's really non-existent. But if you got a guy who met all of your negative narrative, you find something good in him. He's a liar, he's a cheater, he's a thief, but he got a good heart. But the dude who got a good heart could be a liar, could be a cheat, could be a thief. So you gotta watch him. So it just makes no sense, man. Like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. I'm done. Peace.